All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. Dave Wilson of the Ring of Hire Show. Hey, listen, tonight's a great show. We're going to be talking about the closure of Zulily in Bethlehem, PA, and how we can help a lot of the 500 employees that are affected really find some good jobs out there. And you know the drill. We'll be right back after this. All right. Good evening. Hey, listen, tonight's show, last week it was announced on LinkedIn and throughout the Lehigh Valley that Zulily, it's a logistics center, and they're going to be closing down, and it's going to be infecting like 500 employees. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, we've gone through all this, short staff, but let me tell you, 500 employees is a nice amount of people if you're looking for certain skill set. And the show like this is what I want to talk about is the power of social media and LinkedIn. Listen, LinkedIn, LinkedIn Live, check this out. It's one of the largest worldwide, platforms for management and professionals. People don't realize the power of LinkedIn videos, post. It can be anywhere, and you need to take advantage of that. So before we get going on the thing, I wanted to offer. I put out there that if anybody at Zulily would love to do a live interview, I'll be doing it for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't care, from about 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Weekly. So if you want to come on and do a live interview, and let me tell you, all it takes is one person to see, the soft skills and everything that we talk about. It's a chance to be seen and possibly get a job, that they might reach out to you. And, but that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Hey, Rob, we got Rob in the house all the way in Pennsylvania. How you doing, Rob? Hope was all well, going good. It's been a while since we talked. But what doing an interview live with candidates in the Lehigh Valley, think about that. You come on the show in the Lehigh Valley. I have a lot of contacts in the Lehigh Valley, and you come on, you do a 30-minute interview. That's it, 30 minutes. A little bit more maybe if you're really into it, right? Takes one person to watch that video, just one. And then the work begins after the video, like with the YouTube link and everything on LinkedIn, which we're going to go over. So think about that. Offering to Zulily employees, please just PM and I will get you on the show, try to find you work. But also think about this. The logistics centers within Easton, Allentown, Bethlehem, Brenningsville, PA. If you don't jump on this opportunity to reach out, I don't care whether you be blasted on social media saying, hey, Zulily employees, come on over here, we're hiring. Take flyers out, post them everywhere freaking around Zulily, right? Put them on the telephone poles, put them everywhere, and the bus stops. I'd be out there if I was a recruiter just nailing that baby out there, because do you realize how many good people that you got right there? Leads, managers, pickers, packers that have done, entry-level positions in there, management, you name it, they're there. So we're talking about it on LinkedIn and sharing this post for people at Zulily in Bethlehem. Let me tell you, it's just another chance of stepping outside the box and doing it. Do I expect some people when it comes to a live video? No, it's not everybody's, but you got to take that step. Take that step out and do a video. What do you got to lose? The only thing you got to lose is, get this, is finding a job. Now, I've been successful. Daryl, how's it going, Daryl? I see Daryl's in the house all the way in Texas. Hope everything's going good, sir. I've been successful about 9 to 10 candidates that I've had on the show within the last year. I got them a job. They were able to get a position after the show within a week because they were able to, like I talked to them about, the tagging. The work begins right after the video. So right after this, you're going to see on my post here, check the comments below, I'm going to be going at all the logistic companies and all the companies from the Lehigh Valley. I am going to literally tag every friggin' one of them, right? Because what happens there is that person, whoever runs their social media or anything with LinkedIn, is going to get that alert. And also recruiters, because you use the right hashtags on there. Listen, don't be afraid. And Daryl, and you know me, Rob, step out, put those at that person's name, do the research, right? If you're in Zulily, right, and you're looking for work, put on there, take an image of yourself, a picture, post it on there. Hey, my name is Dave Wilson. I'm looking for a job here. I have this kind of skills. Tag every friggin' company and put at the person's name who the hiring managers are. I'll get a lot of feedback for that because people say, oh, it's too bold. You don't want to do that. Don't listen to them. Just write a nice, listen, LinkedIn are professionals. So if you were to send me a message, if I was running a huge company here running it, and somebody messaged me and say, hey, Dave, my name is, Dave Wilson, I'm losing my job at Zulily. I'm really trying to find some work. Do you really know who I could reach out to? I guarantee you that that person's going to respond. If they don't, then something's wrong with it. And there he is. Chris Heckman's in the house, and I'm going to tell you everybody right now, Chris, I'm talking about Zulily right now in Bethlehem. Chris is located at Blue Triton. He used to be Nestle Waters. He's over there in corporate. He will leave his email address, I know, on here. So anybody in Zulily right now, get this. Blue Triton's hiring. Man, they got a lot of great jobs. Weekends off, and Chris will explain a lot of that to him. If you reach out, you got to take advantage of this, because Chris is the first person I've always said, because he's really a great guy. And he at Blue Triton, they really have culture, and they really do a lot for people. So you really want to reach out to Chris, PM him. They're right over in Brenningsville. It's not far from Bethlehem. So, Chris, please leave your information on here and, reach out to him, and this is the power that I told you of social media is if one person from Zulily right now reached out to Chris, that's all it was just from this video, right? And I tagged 50 of them, and I'm going to be tagging more employees that work there. So my goal is just to prove I want to show that by doing a video about Zulily in Bethlehem, 500 employees within the second quarter, I believe, and they have some candidates now looking for work. And Chris just put his email up there. I'm going to leave that up for a little bit. So please, I'm going to leave it right there. All different positions. Reach out to him tomorrow, and I'm going to be tagging him also. But take a chance. If I'm offering a video to do a live interview, you don't have nothing to lose except finding a job and then tagging everybody. But you got to step out, because you're not good. The job market's tightening up right now. It is tightening up a little bit. So it's kind of like you really need to do some research into the companies now. And if you want to get chosen, and you want to get, how you're going to get out there above just the job boards. Facebook, now a lot of people don't know this, and this is good for everybody here, is they have done since February 19th, they did away with the job boards. There is no more Facebook job boards, and that was free. So when you posted your job in the job groups, right, it automatically went to the job boards and you would get a lot. No longer. So it's only on the job groups, and they are going to dwindle down to where if people don't like them, if they don't like it, share it, they're just going to be, you're not going to get that reach anymore. So Meta, whatever you want to call them, eliminated the job boards on social media. No more. So now people at Zulily, you got 500 to choose from, and great qualified candidates. They're going to have to go out and put themselves out there. There's a lot of logistics company hiring right now, but not everybody wants to work in certain positions. So you might get somebody that, let's just say that's a supervisor, right? First line supervisor that has applied for a lead because that's what you have open. Don't sit there and say to yourself as a recruiter, well, or a manager in logistics, you're crazy. If you don't interview that person, you might say, well, what's he want to become a lead again for? If you don't have an open position, think about it. He or she did something correct to get to a supervisor's position. They worked hard. So why not grab that team member on your team? Think about it. Get that person, bring them on. Man, I would love to have a team that's already established and knows what they're doing, and you don't have to sit back. I mean, you can sit back and not worry about it. Daryl says here, at Teal has good resources for job seekers. At Melanie Wood, another good resource, who you know, and there are others. There you go. Daryl's putting up there for people for over at Zulily in Bethlehem, the Lehigh Valley. I'm telling you, if every recruiter and company isn't over there knocking on their doors, you're crazy. It's just another good way to do it. And another way that I really like to tell people is put a 30-second video of yourself, right? On LinkedIn. I know. Sometimes it's hard, but you can do it. You can just 30 seconds introduce yourself, like something like this. Hey, my name is Dave Wilson. I'm located over in Wrigglesville, Pennsylvania. I'm really looking for a recruiter's position. You know, I've had 23 years experience. I'm losing my job at Zulily, like an example. And I would really love to reach out and talk to one of your team members. That's it. That's it. Put that on there on LinkedIn. And again, tag every friggin' company that you can think of. Not on the thing, in the comments, at Pepsi. It'll come up black. At Coca-Cola, right? At Blue Triton, you know, any single company, put that there, and that's going to go to the company and be notified that they've been mentioned. Again, put the name of the person. If you knew I was a hiring manager, I'd be putting that all over the place, boy, because it's going to make your job easier come Monday morning when you're sitting back. Well, don't have employees. You got 500 coming from one site. 500. So I know I keep saying that, but Kenny D, there he is, sharing your delectable. If Kenny had a job now in Texas, he would definitely help you out over in Texas. But Kenny's a great colleague to connect with too. But there again, do what it takes and try something different to help the employees. 500, right? I'd be calling Zulily all day long and saying, hey, where's your human resources director? Hey, how many people do you have? Can I do a job fair in your break room? I guarantee, I mean, companies will really want to help. That's what I'll be doing. Hey, I'll head over there. Can I do a job fair right in your cafeteria and try to get people to work? Now, they might not do it right away because they still need people. But my point is you got to be bold right now. Be bold and go after them. So that's some of the things. And then what I noticed, I know everybody here on LinkedIn, you know, don't wait to the last minute to update your LinkedIn profiles. I see it all the time. I mean, everybody sees it. Well, I'm going to have to go on LinkedIn and start doing a job search. Do you know how hard that is? If you have not done anything, LinkedIn is one of the world's largest, like I've told you, the largest platform in the world, right here at your fingertips. And if you know how to do it right, you bear to find yourself a job. Easy with recruiters matching up with them and companies within the valley looking. If you take yourself a nice image, right? All it takes is a nice image. People say, I don't like pictures or taking a picture of themselves. Get over it. Get over it. Nobody, just put a nice professional headshot right in there, right? It's a freaking business card. A lot of the companies, and I know everybody that's watching this show, you can apply now with the majority of jobs on LinkedIn. If you've noticed on the job boards, they'll sit there. How do you want to apply? Job boards, right? You know, you're, Munster, Indeed, Career Builder, right? Or you want to apply with a resume, or a lot of them are coming with a LinkedIn profile. And Daryl says, look at rig zone. That would be oil field who need logistics people as well. And Daryl, thanks for putting that up there. A lot of people will be looking for work. You know, they might move. They might looking for remote work. Listen, remote work is popular. They might be looking for that. And that's just some of the jobs. And I appreciate Daryl for putting that up there. Oh, these guys are just going to be going back and forth. They love it. But think of LinkedIn as It's crazy. It's insane. You can make yourself a business card, right? You have, you have your name right up on top, what you do for a living, right there, right? You can do a little video and a 30-second little capture if you want to do introducing yourself. Listen, if it's something new, try it. You got nothing to lose. Try it. What's the word? Listen, LinkedIn puts that on there. Guess what? Just like I say with social media all the time, everybody says, oh, that don't work. How the hell do you? They put it in there for a reason. They put that in there for a reason. So if you use it, guess what? You're gonna move on. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you need views, you need all this stuff. No, you don't. There he is. Chris, you get a shout out with Kenny. He's awesome. You just got to step out of that boundaries and try it. Nothing to lose. I always say everything's for sale. Everything's for sale. If you're putting your profile on there, right, and you're working, you might be happily work, right? You might be happy where you're at. And then all of a sudden, you put yourself open to work. Now, you can put a little green if you're laid off and you are looking, and that's a fantastic idea to do, how to do that. Or you can put it hidden, because every single thing is for sale. That means, listen, if you're working for a company, then all of a sudden somebody reaches out to you from a company that you might have wanted to work for. Guess what? You just landed an interview or some a new career possible. That's how amazing LinkedIn can work for you. You don't have to do it every day. If you're happily where you work, put on there, do some things, right? Do a post, just a post, do an article, right? Do that. Create a post about, something that you have passion for. That's all that matters. Put everything on there, and also a blog, do something on there, and you're going to see people are going to start connecting with you. Again, if you're happily working and you're not utilizing LinkedIn, you're crazy not to, because when you try to play catch up, forget it. It just takes too long. You're putting your location in, where you live, right? You're putting it right there. It says the contact info, all your stuff about emails, right? Your email contact. You can put your phone number, you can put your cell phone number up there you want to reach out. That's how powerful LinkedIn is. Everything is right there. So the 500 employees at Zulily that people are going to be going after, they need to be on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn, start the file, and continue with it. At least once or twice a week, everybody should do something on LinkedIn. Just like now, somebody's active. You're active on somebody's feed. You're posting. Boom, right there. You're reaching out to, for example, what I do is I love logistics, and I go after, I'll type in Easton, Bethlehem, Allentown, logistics. That's it. And people. First connections, and second. I connect with as many as them I can within that industry. You don't have to go. A lot of people are going to say, well, connect with everybody. That's bull. You want to put on there that connect. You got 30 to 50 to 100,000 followers. My God, nobody knows that many people. It's who you know. So I target specifically logistics, recruiters, staffing, and social media. That's where my niche is, and I'm in all the states. So Texas has a lot of work. So I target Texas on different areas. Pennsylvania, where I'm at, New Jersey, it doesn't matter. Any state you can target to connect with colleagues and in staffing. And believe it or not, there's actual groups. And Kenny's probably on every single freaking group you can imagine. But there's group for human resources people. There's groups for staffing agencies to join and actually have a conversation and learn new ways which you can help find candidates. And that's some of it. There's on there where you put about yourself, and your start date, what job types you're looking for. Every single thing about yourself can be there on LinkedIn. And if you're not utilizing it correctly, there's something wrong. Your children, 18 and above, I'd have them right on LinkedIn. I'm trying to get my daughter every other day to get on there, but I got to get her on there. Get your children on there. Someone young starting out. Do you realize if they put in there of all their accomplishments of what they work, right? It doesn't have to just be about the job. There's your section on your activity for volunteer work, nonprofit organizations, Firehouse. You look at mine. I do a lot I DJ on the weekends, and I do a lot of benefits for cancer, and I can't say no. So what you can really tell the character of a person if they're really, volunteering time. That's a big thing when companies look at that. I know I do. When I look on LinkedIn, I can see, there's features in there on the features section. You're crazy not to do a posting and put it right there about yourself. Put your resume right there, right up there in the top of the featured, right there, first thing. It's free. And keep it the same. Some of the people make mistakes. Keep the resume, make sure it matches your LinkedIn profile. Some of them you're like, wait a minute here. You have 10 years here and you're saying you got 3 years here. Just be careful with that when you're looking at that section there, because people are going to look at that. And that's just like looking for your resume. And then also underneath where you put your work history, it's the same thing. You're just not putting in length and detail. Put all your jobs right then, or keep it sharp, short, right, perfect looking, right along with your resume. Put some keywords in there, what you do. I know it's a whole other discussion about keywords, but they are important also, because a lot of companies and everything reaches out for everything, and those keywords are important. So keep them in there. Now you have, boom, you got your profile, top notch, right? Then you can have people like Kenny, right? Oh, Kenny, he's always sing for us tonight. You can put everything in there from what you volunteer, but then also for the endorsements. That's what I was going to go for, endorsements. I need to do a lot more of it, because I've had a lot of people endorse myself, and it is important. And if a lot of people don't know about that, check out the colleagues, check them out. And if you see that person on there that they're really good at sales, endorse them. Endorse everybody that you know, even on LinkedIn. I mean, if you connect with a person and you see what they're doing, one day, if you want to just find out about anybody you're looking up on LinkedIn, right? What I do before a show, when I do a live show, and we have great guests coming up this week, I scroll down all their posts, and I scroll and I read it, and then I read, and then I read. And let me tell you, you can learn a lot about a person on LinkedIn. You can tell what type of work they do, what passion they have. You look on mine, it's all about social media. I mean, I love social media. That's my niche. That's my expertise. Social media for recruiting. So it doesn't matter to me. I've studied it for the last, 10 to 12 years nonstop of learning all the platforms and how to utilize them correctly. But that's my skill set. Put that in there. You got nothing to lose about that. There's a section in there. What I like is about your education also. Put in there your education, if you have college or military, it doesn't matter what you put, but just put something there, some kind of education, some kind of experience. You went to high school, put that in there. And if you look, there's analytics, post views, and search appearances. I pay attention to that because right now, it showed 430 times that I was searched. I was searched 430 times between February 22nd and March 1st. I pay attention to that. That's my analytics. I pay attention to that because I want to see if my videos or if my shows are really resonating with people, because right now I'm minus 16%. So share this, will you? But 16%. So I can see that, and I know where to adjust with what I'm posting. The content, is it engaging? A lot of people say my videos are too long. To me, I just keep them as long as I want to keep them. I listen, some people say keep a show 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This is a podcast. A podcast isn't for 2 minutes, and it's not for 20 minutes. You talk about it. And right now, the longer I talk, the more people are scrolling and, and they're seeing, wow, Dave's live. So 10 people might have jumped off right by now, but there's another 10, 20 right behind it. That's why I want to say again, Zulily in Bethlehem is laying off 500 employees in logistics center. So you see what I'm saying? So I jump back in saying what I wanted. So if one person just zoomed in on right there, what's he talking about? Zulily, 500 employees need will be closing within the second quarter, I believe. You have to reach out there and it shows, and they're looking for work. So back to that, your analytics, I don't expect people to, if you're just doing it for your jobs and everything like that, that's okay. You don't have to really follow the analytics, but I check them out. The resources, oh, wow, I told you about that. Featured videos, blogs, your activity on LinkedIn. If you really want to excel, and really, I know Kenny must like everything. Kenny probably does 10,000 likes a night, but it's important to like people's content. I am telling you, if you like 10 a day, and if you really are following someone, listen, I follow a lot of great things that I like. I love TED Talks. So I cut down. I got like 10 companies that I follow because I really want to see their content. Because if you start following, Jesus, 500 to 1,000, you'll never see the ones that you want to see, the posts. So TED Talks, I like it. So I get to look at a lot of the videos that come out, and that's just me. But follow something you like, and then you're going to see it. Follow the company. I follow about 10 companies, 15 companies I'd want to work for. I like the company where I'm at, but I still follow because you want to learn. Like if you were following Zulily, you would have known that they were announcing that they were laying off 500 people. You want to work for Coke, Pepsi, Blue Triton, right? Over at Blue Triton, Brenningsville, Chris, he put his information up here, and I'm going to put it up there one more time. There we go. If people at Zulily are looking for a job, Blue Triton's hiring over in Brenningsville. Here's Chris's email. I'll leave it up there for a couple minutes. But my point is, follow the companies that you're reaching. And they're going to tell you on there, get this. If you follow a company, you know what happens? You see the information that they're releasing. So don't forget about that. Follow the companies that you want to work for, Kenny. I only like you. See, Kenny will be on every show from 7:30. Kenny probably on every show until about 11 o'clock at night. But let me tell you, he's so well known. And I'm going to use Kenny as an example. Kenny, I'm going to use for you as an example. Kenny's a real good guy. He really goes on the shows and he really puts out, he cares. He cares about people. How do I know that? Is because I follow him, his wording. If anybody on this show reached out to Kenny for a question, he would reach. Kenny called me and Kenny reached out to when I was on and I had COVID. People from LinkedIn reached out when I was had COVID for like 18 days. My point is you're building relationships. And by him doing that, his liking, he really builds his audience the way he wants it. So that's what by liking people's items, by commenting, listen, you're going to open the doors to a lot of other companies that come in that you might want to work for. And I'm telling you, in all seriousness, if I preach this all the time, if you utilize the social media platforms correctly, even in staffing, listen, everybody knows when it comes to the Facebook and entry level and all that it's not used properly. A lot of people say they can't find candidates. Sometimes it's expensive. It's not expensive if you hire somebody who knows what they're doing. Now, big corporations are expensive as hell for social media, but you find that right person that knows what they're doing, and I'm telling you, you're going to show results because you know what to do. Social media, just like this right now, this is being streamlined on YouTube channel, right? 3 Facebook channels that I have, 3 Facebooks, right? And LinkedIn. So think about it. All of that. Just by doing this show, I could sit here all night and just talk. It's on there. So people see you on social media, they're gonna relate to you. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna ask you questions. Listen, I did a show the other week. I swear, 6, 7 people had nothing but negative messages that sent to me. And I could reply back, but I just replied back, listen, that's in my opinion. It's not in their opinion. It's my opinion when I talk about things. It doesn't mean that I'm always right, but you need to be honest with yourself. Like if you hear me talking, I'm honest of what I say. I would not say if I didn't believe in social media, if utilizing correctly. And the reason I'm doing this show tonight is for Zulily in Bethlehem. I offered as many of them I can. I'm going to put their names on here, logistics centers that I would have them on the show to do a live interview. All it takes is one person to see them that has an opening, and they're going to reach out. So they're just some of the things. Keep constant. Look at your volunteer, like again, put your volunteer section, endorse them. They even have a lot of tests that you can take, right? And LinkedIn Learning, I'll tell you, some of those videos I watch as many as I can. I download them and save them for later, and I pay the $29. I think it is. I don't know. It's taken out of my debit all the time, but you can get some great, oh my God, free training from LinkedIn. They are, guess what? Professionals. That's what it is, What do you do? Splendid insight. Bravo. Thanks, Ivan. Appreciate it. But I don't know Ivan. Now he just come on the show. And the thing of it is, I'm going to go back out after this and I'll see who Ivan is. My point there is showcase yourself. Get out there on social media. Try to find a job on LinkedIn. Go after them on LinkedIn. Go after the company. Listen, if I lost my job today or tomorrow, would I be upset? Yes, at first. Within 5, 6, 7 days, man, once you go through that little grief period, right? You got to get right back on it. And I'll tell you what, I don't even worry about stuff like that because keeping constant on LinkedIn, right, shows value. So if you're doing some great posting, I'm going to say it again, do at least 1 or 2 posts a week. It doesn't have to be about a job. It can be about yourself, about your family, about something that you've done for someone you volunteered for. Guess what? Get a picture of them shaking their hand. What you're doing, you're putting that on LinkedIn, and then people are seeing that. So you could, once you reach out to a person, right, they're going to look at your profile. It's not magic. I mean, think about it. You are one of the world's largest platforms right here. You can make a difference and go after your own job search. Go after them. You're going to get recruiters that it's all a scam. You'll get them. You'll get people that are, I don't even know what the hell they are. They're offering free work, remote work when it doesn't even exist. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? There she is. Stephanie, I got to reach out to you. I had 2 people. I tried to find you on LinkedIn for the resumes and I couldn't get your name to come up. I'll reach out to you after this. I tried putting your name and it didn't come up. So I'll tell you about that when I talk to you. So, but see there, Stephanie does resumes. You want to reach out? There she is. She does that for a living and she does a great job at doing it. But my point there is now you just learned of somebody. If you need help, guess what? If you need help at Zulily in Bethlehem, it doesn't matter that she's in either Florida, Pennsylvania, California. Reach out to her on LinkedIn and she can help you, right? She can help you for a service and provide a great resume service for you. And she's very reasonable priced. I've seen some of her work. She's good at what she does, so reach out to her. And again, Zulily in Bethlehem. Here she is right here. Reach out to Stephanie, PM her. What can you help me with? Can you redo my resume for me? And boom, you'll have it done. So that goes out to her and I really appreciate it. Whoa. Now, Janie. Whoa. Oh my God. There she is. How you doing, Janie? I hope everything's doing well. We were just talking about you the other night. She's in Australia. She's a great person, great colleague. And, she always comes on the show and it's just nice to see you, Janie. And we got to catch up. So it's been months and months. My point there again is, look, just talk to somebody in Australia. Think about it. Australia. Have a colleague. And Kenny's saying hello to everybody right now. The power of social media to get yourself out there works. So again, clean up that LinkedIn profile, really make it look sharp. And you're going to see the difference of when trying to find for work. Have fun. Let's see. Job alerts. Listen, you can set up alerts on LinkedIn for your type of jobs. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, we get spammed. I get all these type of jobs. It's because you don't do it correctly. If I was looking for logistic manager jobs, right? And you're getting all these other jobs, you can set the alerts, and then some of them don't reach, but they might be in California, New York. Well, guess what? You make the adjustment. It's that easy. You make it to where you want to put it just within your area that you're going to get job alerts. And you can see the companies that are hiring that come right to your feed. What a great function, right? And guess what? It's free. It's free. So put it out there, and you're going to see the difference. You're going to see them reach out to you. That's just another good idea. And that'll give recruiters also chances to reach out to you. Again, some of them are scams. Be careful, especially the ones that are remote work. You have them, you reach back out, you don't hear from them, or they're just some kind of scam. Again, I keep saying that. But in closing, that the reason I did this show again tonight is for Zulily in Bethlehem. I'm offering them a live video interview anytime for the next 3 weeks, like 6 p.m. to like 10:30 at night, maybe right around that time. It takes like 15, 20, 30 minutes of your time. We'll do a live interview right on here. There are so many openings for the candidates at Zulily and the sky. You could be excited for your next move. I know it's, when you're losing a job, it's not the easiest. And trust me, been there, done it. And nobody likes that feeling, but take a chance. Take a chance. Find a company that you want to work for. Reach out to people and on LinkedIn, and they can really, really help you. These people right here that everybody's on the show, they know people that are hiring, right? Reach out to them. Kenny D is the rock star. I'm going to end it with this. But Kenny D right here. Kenny D is the rock star of LinkedIn. Everybody knows Kenny, but in all seriousness, if you ever needed anything and he knows about it, he's going to tell you. So on that note, everybody, please, Janie, I'm going to reach out to you soon, and we'll be talking. Have a great Sunday night, and I got a lot of great guests coming up this week. Really great guests, and I will talk to everybody then. Have a great night.